Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, I am going to teach you how to play one of what I think is the easier tanks in the game to pick up. Her name is Mei. She's very, very new, and that's about it. I mean, we'll get into the skinny of it, but she's okay. The map is Blackheart's Bay, sadly, much to my chagrin. And this is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. We do 4 of these videos a week. We are bound to happen upon a character that you want to know about one time or another. So, as we run towards the watchtower in the middle of the map, the team comps are going to be Tracer, Zeratul, Orphea, Mephisto, and Mei versus Illidan, Li-Ming, Garrosh, Genji, and Tychus. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you play Mei without a healer? Well, it's very simple, actually, because Mei can do a lot of healing all on her own. And if your DPS isn't fucking asleep the entire game, you're probably going to be okay, as long as you're making the decisions with Mei's abilities that you need to be. So, leading into our abilities, our Q is called Snowblind. It is both snowy and it blinds people. It's going to do a very teeny tiny amount of damage. And the slow is for 35% over 1.5 seconds. That's how long the blind lasts as well. Orphea eating tower shots, diving for a kill on the wrong side of the map, but at least we traded 1 for 1, and we got the first kill of the game as well. So, I don't know why there's 2 people bottom, but there they are. We'll let them do that. I'm going to try my best to soak, even though I really shouldn't be, because Mei is trash at wave clear. The only thing that you can really do with this character is put down your W, maybe use your E, and honestly just hope that the enemy team made it to the fort so you could, you know, let the towers kill it. I'm going to be honest with you, I think this game is a little bit ping happy on everybody on the friendly team because there are a lot of stupid things that are going to happen. So, you know, spoiler alert, but if that gets a little bit too much, my apologies, because you know how it is. I muted them halfway through the game, so maybe they stopped. Fingers crossed. Anyway, our W is called Blizzard, and it is the exact same name on the exact same button for an ability as Jaina. It is literally identical in name and location, but not in any way in actual ability. So, Mei's Blizzard is going to put her robot Snowball down on the ground, and he is going to deal damage and slow people for 2 seconds in that area. And it's going to slow by 7%, stacking up to 35%. If the targets are in the blizzard for its, well, not even its full duration. If they're just in there when the blizzard ends, they are going to be stunned for 1.25 seconds and take a bit of extra damage at the last second. Sorry, I was just looking at the map and I got a little bit distracted because I don't see anybody in the top lane, even though I feel like there's a really clear, obvious choice of the character that's supposed to be in the top lane. But our E is called Icing, and it's basically a dash with Mei, and she is going to dash forward on her skates. Well, ice on her boots that I guess become skates. So, she's going to do some damage when she hits the end of her path, and she's also going to slow the characters that she hits by 80%, rapidly decaying over, what is that, 1.5 seconds, yeah. So the 80% slow is very short. It's probably only about a half a second comparatively, but you're basically looking at a really short-term route with this ability because the slow is so strong. That being said, it is very, very, very easy to combo both your W and your dash together, your E, your icing, because your W should be placed in a way that it cuts off very obvious paths for the enemy team, or creates very, dangerous places for them to go. Genji sneaking in round the backside bush there and taking out the Orphea, who just loves to hang out at less than 10% health. Ooh! Nope. Li-Ming is going to get away. But typically, If you're just in a vacuum, what you do is you put your... Wow, really just pinging out of control, huh? We put our W down on the... down on the ground, and then when a character... or an enemy character is around that circle, around the edge of the circle in any way, shape, or form, you can basically angle your dash towards them, and you're going to use your knockback to push them into the blizzard right as it ends to stun them. That's May's bread and butter combo. That is the whole way that this stuff works. Garrosh literally threw me in the middle of my dash, fucking up my combo on Tychus, which is a little bit sad. I don't want to be anywhere near there still, because I'm out of abilities and there's really nothing else for me to do. But other than that, remember that May is not a combo character, so as much as your E and your W work together, using those abilities not in tandem is very, very important as well. Sometimes you just need to dash away, or sometimes you just need to knock someone back. Sometimes you just need to use your buttons all by their lonesome. This is me DCing in the middle of the fucking game, because fuck internet. But, don't approach May as a combo character. She's not a Garrosh where you always want to use your E and then your Q, or vice versa. She's not a Diablo. You don't want to charge people into the wall and then flip them. You want to make sure that your abilities are going to combo together correctly before trying to just rip a combo, because you don't always need them. And May's mana costs are kind of, like they're going to hurt a little bit if you try to do that every time. Oh my god, Zeratul just getting blown apart. We're going to take out the Genji too, though, because Tracer is going to die on top of that. Looks like Mephisto's going to use his ultimate eyes. What are we picking for again? I don't know. Global Vision from the Mephisto, though, picking up that 2-for-2 trade, and now we're going to lose our Orphe as well. That's great. We're going to toss Garrosh behind the wall. Maybe he will die. Doesn't. Okay, perfect. There we go. Good guy, Mephisto, coming up from the bottom side of the map. Appreciate that, actually making that a 3-4-2 trade. Oof. Not certain why Zeratul is middle. Literally everybody on the enemy team is going to go towards the turn-in with their coins. I think actually Illidan had all of them, so the one person that was in position to stop that was Zeratul, and he was chasing a Li Ming kill that he didn't get. Trying to put all of our abilities down in front of Genji so he can't get away, but he's Genji. He has a trillion dashes. They all move the entire width of the map. I don't know what I was thinking, chasing him. Anyway, back to our abilities. Our trait is an activatable button, and it is very similar to Johanna in that it is going to make us completely unstoppable for the duration, but unlike Johanna, we can't move when the ability is channeling, and we're going to heal up to 35% of our maximum health while that's going off. Really thought my team was behind me when I came down here. Turns out I was hella wrong. Just super wrong. But you can see my trait in action there. Look at that. Got a bunch of health back. Not really able to go down there and help you with that push. I'm sorry. I'm busy being killed and run down while all this stuff is happening here. Cool. Do you even get the fort? I mean, there's 2 minions there. You punched the fort literally 1 time. Now Genji and Garrosh are up there. It's Blackheart's Bay. I don't know really what I'm expecting from players who play it. It's not like it's going to offer you any sort of deep, strategic understanding when you play the map more often, but, you know. Anyway, back to our abilities. We've picked up Avalanche this game because, at the end of the day, this is going to be kind of a beginner build. What the fuck is that Void Prison? Okay, well, and the Genji coming out of the bush from behind yet again. I am going to miss my Avalanche as well, and this is where we all die. Nope. Genji can't chase after me because I have cut off a huge patch of land with my Blizzard. He knows he'd never catch me through that stun, so fuck yeah. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Checkmate. I mean, stalemate? That's what it's called. Anyway, Avalanche, I'm picking this ult because I think it's 50-50 between the ults. I really do think it's 50-50. But Avalanche in and of itself is a it's the ability that you need to get most attuned with when you're playing Mei, I think, because it is potentially the bigger playmaker of the two. It's not that you can't... Okay, well, I'm just going to get blown apart, but we're going to take out the Illidan as a... Yeah, okay. Illidan and Genji, and then Orphe is just going to walk in, missing her Q on a stationary target. Literally hitting Garrosh with that ability would have gotten you a dash to get out. But it's fine. Tracer and Mephisto are here to clean things up. There's only so much that they need to do. Tracer can chase Garrosh down for ages and take all his coins too. Luckily, these two guys are in the game, cleaning up all the mistakes that we're making on all the other parts of the map. Really cool that we're still just hardcore pinging, and Mephisto has died all by himself. That's me standing still, muting my entire team. Muting their pings, because I already don't interact with them in chat. You know what I'm saying? Avalanche, though, sorry, I keep getting on this tangent. The Avalanche is going to throw a huge snowball down a very long line, and any heroes picked up by the snowball are going to be stunned at the end of the snowball's path. Are you going to make it? You're going to make it. Perfect. And the more people that you pick up, the longer the stun duration is going to be, and the more damage that it's going to do. So, dealing 412 damage and stunning them for 0.5 seconds per hero consumed. So if we get 5 people, we're going to stun them for 2.5 seconds, and we are going to deal 1,600 damage if we can manage to hit that many people. Are we going to get away? It looks like we're fine. Illidan's already used his dashes on us, and Orphe is going to run interference with her body. We're going to stun them directly in this... Okay, well, I was going to say in the middle of their chase, but Orphe just walked back into them, and Tracer and Zeratul are kind of like fucking off doing whatever on the other sides of the map. Luckily, Mephisto has a button that does some damage and slows people. Zeratul was able to make it. Can we kill the Garrosh between the three of us? Nice. Got the Leeming too, because Tracer decided to show up fashionably late to the party as well. Way to go, buddies. I've talked about Ice Wall in other videos. I really love the ult, but I understand completely why Avalanche can be as powerful as it is, even if it is on a longer cooldown, which I'm very happy about, because when Mei was released, Avalanche was only a 60-second cooldown, and it absolutely fucked everyone. Just ridiculously so. Avalanche is on the tier of Mosh Pit, and I religiously believe that the cooldown that it has now is still probably too short. I think it should be 100. That would make me super happy. Not as a Mei player, but playing against people who play Mei, I think 100 seconds is fair. Anyway, because this is kind of a... Ooh, is this just Tychus sitting out in the middle of nowhere? I was trying to put that stun down because I was expecting him to try to run, and he just didn't, so I'll take it. Since this is kind of a starter Mei guide, I'm going to give you the build that makes the most sense in the most instances, and it's the build that you should be most acquainted with when you're going into different builds with this character and making decisions based on comps, going into ranked play, figuring out what you want to take situationally. This is the build that you should have in the back of your head as the framework for playing Mei. We're just cutting off the rotations from the enemy team right now so we can get our 7 coins turned in. Ooh. Okay. Genji almost in a bad position, but we're going to leave now. It's time to go. Even though Tracer's over there. Okay, I guess it's fine. That's a big VP. Illidan's just going to dash directly into the VP to avoid the stun. Oh my god, what an absolute fucking legend. That was incredible. I saved him from the Mephisto ult because that play was so insanely good. Really, just insane stuff. I don't know if that was on purpose, but if it was, man, kudos. So our number one is going to be Heat Transfer. Basic attacks against stunned, rooted, or slowed heroes are going to deal 33% more damage, and then each time Mei stuns or slows an enemy hero, she's going to heal for 39 health. You can see with all the little green numbers there, when Blizzard goes down, it ticks a lot, and all those ticks deal damage, all those ticks slow. So, that, I'm trying to help you, buddy, but you gotta walk towards me. Okay, I can't even body block for you if you're running from me. So I'm the tank. I can use my beef to stand in front of the other guy, but you gotta be next to me. Anyway, Heat Transfer, again, gonna give us a lot of healing just on our own, even just using Blizzard or our Q. Later on in the build, we're gonna get another ability that slows, which is going to get us even more healing. Our 4th talent is called Crystallize. Reduce the cooldown of Cryo Freeze by 10 seconds. Mei gets 40 spell armor while Cryo Freeze is active and for 1 second after. Now, our D cooldown is 40 seconds normally, so turning it to a 30-second cooldown, potentially making it a 35% max health heal just kind of whenever we want to, is an incredibly good thing. And the spell armor is amazing for blocking a lot of just really telegraphed damage from characters like Li Ming, that Dragon Blade, all sorts of stuff like that. It's really, really strong. Our 7th talent is Skating Away. This is going to fill out the physical armor portion of our tankiness. When icing ends, Mei is going to get physical armor for a few seconds, and on top of that, she is going to get move speed. She also imparts this to allies who are in the area. Ooh, did you guys just suck an entire Avalanche because you thought you could kill me? I was just setting up for a biggin. But that physical armor can be given to teammates. That move speed is also given to teammates. It's very supportive ability, and it gives Mei a lot of tankiness on the physical side of things. 10 we already talked about. We've got Avalanche out of the way. Polar Vortex is the talent that I was mentioning earlier, though. Using an ability causes Mei to deal 55 damage a second to nearby enemies for 4 seconds at level 20. Enemies damaged by this effect also have their movement speed and attack speed slow by 20%. That being said, the ticks from that ability are going to slow, which means that they are going to heal us using that level 1 heat transfer, which is fucking awesome, because we need more abilities that tick a lot to get maximum effectiveness out of that heal. Just really, really helpful. Not only that, but having attack speed and move speed slowed on a character like Illidan is super, super good. Now, this is me just getting health back in the bush with my D, so in the bush with my D. Our 16 talent is called Acclamation. Each time Mei stuns or slows an enemy hero, the damage she deals and healing she receives is increased by 1%, stacking up to 20 times. Mei also gains 10 armor at maximum stacks. So you can see all the ticks that happen with this character, with Polar Vortex and with the Blizzard. Just everything going down there is going to get us a lot of healing, and that's going to get buffed by this talent. Our damage also going up is fine, but the armor and the healing are the big things to keep you alive at 16. And it just synergizes impossibly well with the rest of our kit. I don't know what the fuck you're pinging me for. I'm the tank. I can go in whenever I goddamn please. That is a 4-person stun. No one on my team felt it necessary to use their ults or run at the enemy in a 5 versus 4 with a 2.5 second stun on that Avalanche. So you can tell the level of player I'm dealing with. Anyway, we've got our Cryo Freeze back up again. Fantastic stuff here. Trying to keep the Orphea alive because maybe she can deal some damage. Looks like Mephisto had his R button at the ready, even though he was not. And he is going to take everyone out on the enemy team, giving us a clear path to victory. It is time to turn our shit in. There are no minions middle to end. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, that's fine. 20 is called Cascade. While traveling, Avalanche constantly launches a volley of untalented snowblind snowballs ahead of itself. And we're going to reduce the cooldown from 90 seconds to 60 seconds, which is still OP, in my opinion. Zeratul getting his ass blasted off because he's trying to punch a core with no fucking minions. I mean, come on. But now that Illidan's dead, we have a clear path to the core with everybody here and some minions, a catapult, namely, to back us up. And then Mephisto, I guess, is pushing the top lane in too, even though he should just be putting his damage on the core. Because this is where we are. This is how we've achieved. I can't even get close to it because the Blackheart core is such a piece of shit. These fucking knockback cannonballs are the worst thing in existence. I don't want Garrosh anywhere near my team, so I'm just going to let Mephisto finish it off with his teleports and his lightning. Holy fuck, that game was rage-inducing. But not even because it was especially difficult. I mean, we did everything we should have done as May, but it was just dragging that team, kicking and screaming across the finish line. Holy fucking shit. Kudos to that Illidan, though. A really fantastic play there. I guess Tracer did fine. Okay, as well. I thought Ming kind of played like a, scared person, but oh, Tracer got 12 and 2. Yeah. Yeah. She cleaned up some kills. Not any of the 4 that landed in our massive avalanche, but I guess she shot some people at some time. The build, again, in case you need it: Heat Transfer at 1, Crystallize at 4, Skating Away at 7, Avalanche at 10. We're going to do Polar Vortex at 13. 16 is Acclamation, and 20 is Cascade if you've taken Avalanche. You can also take her trait upgrade at 20 if you're being killed immediately over and over again. What that is going to do is it's basically indestructible for Johanna. She has a lot of Johanna-esque talents, if I'm being honest. But you basically get a your trait will go off and you'll heal up instead of dying. So, might just give you exactly what you need. The shield isn't huge, but you also get the heals, so you could probably live. It's just in case you're getting immediately blown up by everything that the enemy team is throwing at you. In those cases, it's okay to take that talent. Normally, though, take Cascade. Or take the Ice Wall upgrade. Or take the big one. I just pick whatever you want. Unless you picked Avalanche, and then you have to take the upgrade, because 30 seconds off is making it broken again, and we all know that you have to have broken talents at 20. Oh my god, how much longer is he going to talk? I promise that is it for today. We can look at the Shiny May MVP one more time before I let you go. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow to cap this bad boy off. GG's, and I'll see you there.